So we've spoken a lot about how to prepare your race car for the track, but there's one thing that we kind of haven't touched on, but it is really important to the whole racing experience, and that is having a tow vehicle that's capable of getting you to and from the track. Now, we purchased the BLTV Amarok here specifically for that purpose, didn't we really? And it's been fantastic, but we have found a bit on the road that the braking system, because it's just the stock standard brakes in it, have left a bit to be desired.
The thing that a lot of people forget as well is you're not just towing a car and a car trailer, you're towing all your tools, your spare wheels, your fuel. All of that adds to the braking needs of the vehicle that's doing the towing. You're trying to stop a lot more weight than you regularly would. These cars are built to be able to stop themselves quite comfortably, but if you want to be able to stop your race car and all of the auxiliaries with it, you need something better, and that's where we've gone out and, thanks to our mates at Bendix, have been able to source ourselves a four-wheel drive upgrade kit.
So the Bendix Ultimate 4-Wheel Drive Brake Upgrade Kit comes with rotors, pads, braided brake lines, and everything you need to upgrade your brakes to something a bit more performance focused than OEM standard. So we're going to put these in now, and then we're going to hit the road and do some testing and see just how good they are. Once we had the OEM rotors, pads and brake lines out of the Amarok, we could get started on putting the Bendix gear in. Beginning with the braided brake lines that Bendix have designed to provide an improved pedal feel. Next up was the slotted and dimpled Ultimate rotors, which are made to expel gases, dirt and water, followed by the Ultimate 4-Wheel Drive pads with their blue titanium stripe technology, which eliminates the need to bed in the new brakes. Once the fronts were done, we got stuck into the rear drum brakes, and once that was all complete, all that was left to do was to bleed the brake lines and top up the brake fluid reservoir with some Bendix Heavy Duty .4.
So the new brakes are on, the line's installed. We should have a lot better feel when we're towing now, and just for general driving as well. It should increase the capacity of the car. So last thing to do now is chuck the wheels on and go for a test drive.
As soon as we hit the road, we could feel the difference with the Bendix Ultimate 4-Wheel Drive Brake Upgrade Kit installed. Not only did the brake pedal feel much nicer and was noticeably firmer, but it was very obvious from the first time we hit the brakes that the stopping performance was greatly improved. Perfect for a vehicle that regularly tows a race car and all the associated gear. So we've got the Sydney 300 coming up next month. One of the things that we've talked about and that we've needed for a while now is a good radio setup in the Pulsar. So James and Trevor Keane here from MWM Racing are gurus when it comes to in-car radio setups for race cars. They've done everything from a whole bunch of Apra Pulsars to GT3 cars and pretty much everything. So what's the plan today?
The plan today is to install one of our basic radio kits that we use for Club Motorsport. That should get you guys going for the 300. We'll integrate the race receiver system that's mandatory for that event, and you'll be able to talk and abuse each other.
Sounds good, just what we wanted. Well, let's get stuck into it. We'll take you through the whole process.
Okay, so the basic kit, it basically comes with your harness that you need for your car,
Yep.
a push-to-talk button for your steering wheel, a pouch for your in-car radio, 2 patch leads for one for your headset, one for the actual car harness for the radio, a helmet kit, and depending on what the driver prefers, the type of earpieces that you go with, you get 2 radios. We have one set up for the crew.
Yep.
This one's actually set up currently for the optional antenna. So it includes just a quick release fitting so that we can actually run the cable for the external antenna. For your kit, we're actually also going with the race receiver interface so that you can listen to what's happening at the Wakefield 300, Sydney 300. We've got an extra helmet harness as well. We've also got a different type of race receiver that we go with, and obviously we've also got the external antenna to go in your car. We also offer a carry kit box just to make it neat and tidy to take to the track. That headset for the pit crew, and depending on what you want to do, everything's fully optionable. So this particular one has the fittings on the bottom, so you've got the standard mini XLR which you're using for your radio. There's also a auxiliary port there so that you can plug a race receiver into the pit crew set.
So your crew chief can be listening to the race receiver as well, yeah.
So we also have like a dual radio setup. So as you go to like the national rounds, they mandate that you have a race control radio outside of, say, a race receiver. So it'll come with 2 mini XLR connectors as well as your auxiliary port. So there's bits and pieces that we can add or remove from the kit. So if you have some existing radios, sometimes we can work with those radios into the kit, depending on which circuit you're racing at. We offer UHF, we can do digital, or we're also doing LTE-based radios for circuits like Bathurst, which gives us full coverage. And you can buy each piece individually, so if something gets damaged, all you got to do is jump on the website. If it's not on the website, just flick an email through and Trevor will have it there ready to rock and roll. So
now it's just a case of putting it all together and getting it in the car and the helmets, right?
Yeah, so basically with your earpieces, you've got a few levels that you can buy into. So you can start with the really basic ones. You go to the standard ones, which are all foam, which are the ones that most guys use, which are the ones that you guys are going to be using. We've also got one that's slightly better, which is a semi-custom moulded earbud. They look all the world to a fully custom one, but they're sort of a generic ear. This boy got a tape for it. If you're not using the race receiver interface, you don't have to take it out of the car.
Yeah, okay.
You just pull that cable out with the race receiver, and it'll just bypass.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So if you're using it or you're having a problem, you just unplug it and it automatically bypasses.
Yeah, cool.
And vice versa, when you plug it in, just part of it. The other important thing is make sure the race receiver is turned on. Test 2, 3, 4. Can you hear that?
Yep, loud and clear.
So we're just double checking that now.
Yep, copy works. I said I think we're ready to be winners.
What we do now is we use.
So we have my button and Dan's button. We'll bleep. We'll
Sorry.
bleep.